Hello world! Welcome to the Women of BSV Livestream. We are very happy to be together today and to introduce you to our special guest, Sonic. We shall explore the concept of nifty NFTs and how each one of us has used them so far, as well as the latest in the Bitcoin scene. So welcome to the chat and welcome to our show. Now, we'd like to start out with ringing the singing bowl to bless us all with understanding. Today we have Diddy, Ruth, Micah, Casey,
Rory.
and Ryan,
Thank
and myself here with Sonic. Yeah, so Sonic, how are you today? How are you doing?
I have a bit of lag.
Little bit of a lag on there, look.
So, why don't you do the charts, Rory?
All right,
while Sonic hopefully catches up.
So, as many of our beloved audience may know, chart talk is all the rage in the Bitcoin scene. And many people will look at the price fluctuations, and they will go on, even more than Erica Badu, all about the price. But we focus on utility here in the genuine Bitcoin land. So let me take you on a tour. I'll share my screen and take you straight to the info that matters. We're here at bitinfocharts.com/cryptocurrency-charts.html. And here you can see transactions over the last 24 hours. And we can see that nearly half of all transactions in the Bitcoin universe are happening on Bitcoin SV.
Now, wasn't there like 5 million transactions?
Yes, there was. I think it was on the 5th of January.
5 million transactions, guys. I mean, this is
in a day.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Yes, and so transactions, nano payments, this is what it's all about. And you may wonder, well, what's going on? Why are there so many transactions here on Bitcoin SV? Maybe it's not too trendy in the mainstream media, but all of us here know what's up. And for that, we'll take you live straight to bsvdata.com. So let me go ahead and change the screen share to that screen. Share, stop, bear with, and there we go. So here at bsvdata.com/applications, we can see the transactions and data intelligence over the last 30 days, 90 days, and even the last week, the past 7 days. So if you're curious about what utility is occurring in the Bitcoin universe, go to bsvdata.com. We can see there's a lot going on with iGaming, with crypto fights, fix gaming, peer game, time to party, as well as with social media like Twitch. So this is our look at the charts, and welcome to join the chat if you have any questions, y'all. Now, back to the chat. Here we go.
So we've got Eddie in the chat at the moment, so I'm giving a shout out to Eddie, and I do want to give a shout out again to Shem. Shem of the BSV channel, love you, boy, and Sonic. So Sonic, you're quite well known in the NFT space at the moment. So welcome and thank you for coming on the show, because you're over in China at the minute. So do you want to tell people whereabouts you are and what you do?
I just saw the chart. I think there should be one item that says Sonic sweeping on rare candy. I think that's pretty much 1 million transactions right there. That's what I'm doing every day now. It's watching rare candy feeds and just sniping cheap NFTs. I live on the island of Hainan, which is the tropical island of China. And I've been here for the last couple of years, and I started a company here as well. And this is, but I only joined the NFT space in BSV for the last couple of months, and it's been really exciting. Actually, it's I mean, seeing all the projects popping up on Rare Candy, it's truly amazing. They have well curated collections that has amazing artwork and just so exciting minting process. I think Didi, you're probably everyone in this chat has did some of that. I still remember during the Uni Society Mint, the night before the mint, everyone's jumping into a Twitter space and talking about it and getting excited about it. And I was so sleepy at that night. I hadn't had a nap before, and it was 3 a.m. And the only thing got me through is the voice of Didi. I heard your beautiful accent talking about, if you right click NFT, it's illegal now. And that was what kept me going. And luckily, I got some really good unis that night.
I must admit, it was the first Twitter space that I'd been on, and it was really exciting. I know, like, maybe not everybody thinks that watching a countdown to buy some NFTs is exciting, but it really was. And I think there was it was a 3,000 or something that was minted, and it was just, it's like it was so hard to try and click and actually get an NFT because there were so many people on just trying to actually buy the NFTs, and it's like every time you click, it's like, no, it hasn't gone through, and then it's like, oh my goodness, it's like there's 80 left, there's 50 left, there's 30. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so good. The atmosphere was brilliant on the actual Twitter spaces as well. So did like the owners themselves, what first off, what's your business that you did before you found BSV, and how did you find BSV?
I was doing some investment in the blockchain space for a couple of years now, and I started 2 venture capitals. One is called ValueNet Capital, which is the ICO fund. I did several of the early ICO projects. One of them actually is the earliest NFT platform. So it happens, it's called wax.io, WAX.io. And they are the platform that first launched CryptoKitty. So yeah, there you go.
It rings a bell. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was really a couple of years ago, and they was a NFT platform for trading the CS:GO cosmetic skins for the guns and all the knives and other things, and so it was a game item NFT trading platform.
Okay.
And then they just figured, well, we might as well add a token to it, and then they did an ICO, and I was in part of that, and I've been their advisor for a while as well. And then later on, I did some other gaming-related investments. One of them is called robotcash.com. They also used NFT technology to build up their gaming distribution platform, and it was similar to Steam. If you play PC games, you might know this platform, Steam.com, and they are the biggest gaming distribution platform on earth. And Robocash was trying to tackle that market with blockchain technology. So what it enables is they're using NFTs as the game that you buy. So if you buy a game license, it's created as an NFT, which is a unique item, then you can resell on their platform. It's like going to a GameStop. If you buy a like Xbox game or a PlayStation game and you just trade it in GameStop, and then for like $20 when you paid for 90 when you bought it, and then you can do that now on digital platforms. So on Robocash, you can sell your game licenses to another person to get 25% back.
Can I chip in there? Because I know a little bit about this because my son's playing Steam games all the time, and they sometimes buy codes, and sometimes the codes are not freed up. Like somebody's kind of spoofed you and sold you a code that yeah,
definitely.
So does this NFT
if
idea?
You buy on Robocash, it's definitely authenticated. And the resale is also sanctioned by the publisher and the developer themselves. So it's not an illegal resale. And I think for GameStops, the developers and the publishers has no interest and also no profit from the resale. Like it's a whole business for GameStop themselves. But for Robocash, they're actually allowing publishers and gamers to both benefit through the resale. And it was kind of an interesting idea. And that's also the project that Wax introduced me to after I invested into them. I also did some other investment, but not related to NFT specifically. I invested into the first Australian big ICOs called Power Ledger. They have a P2P power trading platform that can allow you to sell your power to your neighbors, basically through a token system. And
cool.
I did another one called Celsius Network. Someone in the US might know this. You can use Celsius wallet to store your cryptos and make crypto-backed loans against your cryptos, and then they will pay you interest. Yeah, pay your interest for the things you store. I mean, some people call it a scam or something, but yeah, I met the team. I know what they did, and they're smart people, and they are good at what they do. And
pardon me.
Actually, I was for BSV. I was in BSV before the fork, so before BCH forked into ABC and BSV, I was in on it before that. I was really looking forward to how BSV is going to scale the blockchain, and I believe in innovation, and I want to support the chain. So I bought before the fork, which might be a mistake. Actually, it was I think that fork really messed a lot of people up.
It was quite a high price, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite high.
I was included. Also, there's a bit of a mess on the OKEX exchange with the contracts and all those things, and I might have lose some money during that time. But later on, I realized the tag is building up, and I was fortunate to be the first pitch day judge in Seoul CoinGeek. I think it was 2019 or so.
Wow.
Yeah. So Jimmy Wayne invited me to be as the judge for the first pitch day when they did the CoinGeeks in Seoul, and I saw those amazing projects, like including the ones that's really jumping out nowadays, and I see them just becoming true one by one, and it was impressive. So I have got back my focus into BSV after I see especially smart contracts being enabled and NFTs being enabled. That's the two biggest things I think you can measure against any public ledger or blockchain in their capabilities. And if those can be done on Bitcoin, I think this is a huge news that 99% of the crypto space hasn't got aware of yet.
No, that's weird.
We've only seen like some DAW ETH people and Bitcoin people coming onto Rare Candy and realizing that this is possible, and they just cannot believe it, and they think, why?
It's almost free.
What? Yeah, what are we hating it is about? It's I can't understand it, and I think that's the big trend that coming up in this year. NFT itself will be a big push for BSV to be more adopted and well accepted. I think I'm trying to ride on that wave as early as possible. So I aped myself into all the collections.
So BAMs.
Yeah, explain that to us. I don't really
yes, know what it is. Sorry to interject here. I just want to shout out to that Twitter space, the Scammers Meeting Room. So I was hesitant to click on that link. I said, ooh, what's this Scammers all about?
Oh, I think it's just a joke.
But it is. And I joined in and listened for a couple days. And there at the end, you came on and we're talking about BAMs. And it was when you made the pitch that it was for fun that I really was attracted to it. So I went ahead and sent you the message, and you did generously give me some BAMs. And I'm looking forward to figuring out how to go to the next step with BAMs and get my own super cool avatar. So tell us about BAMs.
Okay. Wow, this is a great time for me to show my coins.
Yes.
But yeah, BAMs.
Go ahead.
BAMs is I have a link on my Twitter that explains the whole thought process of how BAMs came to fruition and why I did those things when I did it. To sum it up, I bought too many NFTs and I don't want to sell it. And so I thought maybe I just rent it out to people to wear and don't need to give it up. So that was the first idea. I thought about a rental business for NFTs. Like you can wear it, but you cannot own it.
Like a handbag rental. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's how I understand it. Right.
Right. So you can wear it and you can try it on, and then if you really like it, then you can pay for it. It was also to force me to trying to sell some of the collections. I have a bit of a hoarding habit of when it comes to collections, and so and then I thought, yeah, rather than changing the rental courses, I set a list of the rental courses based on the rarities that the Rare Candy platform developed, and I thought rather than changing the prices based on what they're selling every week or other week, why don't I just do a token instead, right? I mean, all I need to do is fix the token cost and then change the token price on the market when the market changes. So when you buy, say, if you want to rent a exotic ape, right? Exotic astro ape or a exotic Uni societies, all you need to do is to pay 1 BAMs per month, and that's it. And then that price is fixed. Like that price is set in stone. That will never change. And I promise I will never change it. And if you rent for more than 24 months, then why not just own it, right? 2 years. If you want to rent for 2 years, then it makes sense to just own it. So that's the whole idea. Is if you rent for 24 months, you get to own it, and I will send it to you. So 24 months rental price, it becomes the purchase price of that NFT. So it's like rent to own for a car or something. I think some kind of business model are similar to this in the real world. Like
lease to buy or something. Yeah.
I mean, they do it a lot with, housing market is exactly that.
Cars.
It sounds like paying a mortgage on an NFT.
This is for high-level collectors, I believe. I think that the price is at least $1,000 a month subscription.
I think actually no, it's not really for all. It's really for all because the common tiers only cost 0.003 BAMs. Like it only costs 0.072 BAMs to buy. And if you check the BAMs price now on ReallyX, it's actually cheaper to buy BAMs and redeem, like do direct purchase from me to get a Austro Ape or a Oni Society than buying the floor apes and Unis on Rare Candy. So it's actually funny that it can be really cheap. Like if you want just a common one to get into the NFT space, then it's really cheap. But I also been giving 0.003 airdrops to anyone that's interested. So it's like a 1 month free trial, basically, if you want to try out any of the common NFTs. And you can choose anyone you like. I post the list on my Twitter and in Discord, and choose one and send me that 0.003 BAMs, and you can use it for a month. And you can change and switch to another one every week. And that's the start of the business.
That's
actually.
pretty cool. I like that. The idea that you can switch around as well, because I mean these things are all kind of faddish, aren't they? And they kind of come and go.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yes, and a lot of the scammers were in a big group chat on Twitter Spaces the other day, and it was with a lot of BTC or other community
We probably shouldn't call them
members.
Scammers.
But that's the name of the chat.
No, I know.
That's their shtick. But seeing all of the rare apes on the avatar, it was something else. I thought, wow, I get the point of this now. Because before I thought, okay, cute, but what's going on? And then after going out into various Twitter spaces to see the whole variety of the laser eyes, this or that, the rare based apes really stand out.
Yeah, I mean, NFT to me, it's got non-fungible tokens. It's still a token. And to me, it's a community token. It's a token of a symbol that you join this community. And if you own one of those tokens, you're accepted as one of the members in the community.
Oh, that's so true.
With those rarity standards, it becomes a status game, essentially. It's I mean, any NFT right now is a status game. You're buying a really expensive Bored Ape Yacht Club to show your status, right? It's like a more flex than a Lamborghini now. And people are buying into that status. Is I can own a Bored Ape Yacht Club. I can pay $500,000 for a JPEG, and that's their status.
So like a Rolex.
Yeah, exactly. And for BSV space, it's the Astral Apes, it's the exotic Unis, and it's all the high priced and high end NFTs. If you got one of those, then you're a prominent member in the BSV space, and that's people will look up to you and they will follow you, and it's kind of that's the game aspect and the social aspect of NFTs that I understand. So
I think that's where I get it wrong. Yeah. I've launched a couple of collections myself, but I'm not into the kind of exclusivity of it. It doesn't really appeal to me. But maybe I should take some advice from you. Maybe I should pick your brains a bit about how to up our game and raise our status.
So yeah, I mean, you're saying that basically start a community, really, with the art. I see NFTs as artwork, or like there's music or there's art, and then the FTs, the fungible tokens, are different. They're kind of, so starting a community around that artwork is what you're kind of saying then, really. That's kind of taking people by storm. And I suppose it depends on what people like as well. I mean, you've got those what's the sky ones, and then you've got the apes, and you've got the oni, and then there's the foxes as well. So they're coming in and they look pretty damn cool as well, the foxes.
And the Mali.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have Ray here. I was watching Ray's interview with
I was going to say, because Sonic had something to do with CryptoKitties, Ray.
Oh, that's great.
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. I was the investor in the platform that first launched the CryptoKitty called Wax.io, and they are the first NFT platform that allows like those curated collections to be traded rather than just sending to each other on the blockchain. And I think I get your point in saying that it's art, because some of those NFTs art design is really amazing. Like if you look at those apes and unis, clearly the artists spent a lot of time on those, and they've done great work. And I just can't get enough of it. Every ape I look at, it's like it just gave me like a pump of energy every time I look at them. It's just so awesome. But in art,
I was going to say each one is unique as well, isn't it? So
very unique, and that's the key part of a successful project, is to make it unique. That it's not too replicated, and you wear it and you feel special. You don't see like just a copy and paste of other things, and that's the art aspect. And also because it is art, it will appreciate more in time. I think any good art will eventually appreciate more in value in time. And if you look at also all those early collections that the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, and even the cypherpunks. They have been in existence for a couple of years now. It's not really just overnight success. They took a lot of time and effort and community building to make it what it is today. And I think that's what BSV NFT projects will need if they want to succeed, is time and community building. And I'm trying to help. I'm trying to make people give people easy access to all of them. If you have, I'm giving everyone a easy access when I airdrop them some BAMs, and they can choose one to wear, and they don't need to really pay anything to feel it and touch it and just see how it feels and join the community. And what's funny is every day I'm okay. So for BAMs, the only bottleneck right now is me. Yeah, I'm the customer service. I'm the sales rep. I'm the inventory management. I'm the accountant. I'm doing everything, and I'm building communities. And it was a full-time job actually. I spent the last couple of weeks and months building up BAMs, but it's been really been fun.
But
I
you've got
love
like
it.
3,000 of them or something, haven't you? So
Yeah.
it's
So
no
at one
wonder it's
point,
a full-time job.
so here's the crazy thing. I have more apes that you can buy with BAMs than you can buy on Rare Candy.
Wow.
So if you go on Rare Candy, there's less apes listed there than the apes you can buy with BAMs. That's
And is
so.
there a website associated with it? I actually don't know, I'm afraid.
It's Twitter and Discord. So right now it's not really a official sort of a business and website. I did buy the domain name like bams.shop and bams.me, planning for that. But what I need is proper wallet support. I need a good token protocol to be sustainable and then be adopted. And if Twitch wallet can support tokens and support token spending, then I can do a website with people can buy NFTs with BAMS tokens. And that's in the pipeline, but I need the infrastructure to build up a little bit more for that to happen. And right now we're playing on Discord. Like we just built up this new Discord and server called the BAMS Guild. If you don't know what a guild is, you haven't played World of Warcraft. I was once a guild master in Oceanic server in World of Warcraft. That I learned all those trading skills from World of Warcraft. There's a auction house in World of Warcraft that you can sweep up all the cheap, like the materials, and then sell it for higher. And that's basically what I'm doing with NFTs. It's like to me, it's a
Getting all
big
the
game.
good stuff,
And
the
that's why I
swag.
say it's fun. It's fun. I think it's fun for lots of people that play it as well. It's a big game. I encourage people to play it with their entertainment budget, not their investment budget. NFT itself is your entertainment, right? It's a entertainment. It's a art that you appreciate. It's a thing that you want to have fun with. It's not really a serious investment you want to put your house money on and bet that they will go up for 10 times in the future. It's if you buy, you better wish that you will hold it for a couple of years. And I mean, there's NFT flippers, like they call it. I'm a NFT flipper. I just buy it and flip it, and that's a real business. That's a real job that people do on OpenSea and other platforms that they made a huge profit from. So I'm not saying that there's not no opportunity to profit from, but definitely have the mentality of being entertained. Don't take it too seriously. If you buy one, wear it. If you don't like it, sell it. And yeah.
And have you purchased an NFT on OpenSea before?
No, actually, okay. The first NFT I ever bought. This is funny. Even when I was investing into platforms, I never really got into the NFT themselves. I know it's fun. Just never see it as a serious investment. I never see the necessity to own one and to show one that I own one, or maybe just because the trend hasn't caught on yet when I was first investing into those things. And when I finally realized what it really is, then I see a real opportunity in buying into them. Also, the biggest thing that pushed me to buy NFTs on BSV is that the art is actually on chain. That's the key reason that I buy it. It's you're storing the actual file, whether it's JPEG or a music or a video, on chain, like actually in the blocks that you can point to with a smart contract of the token that you bought, and you will never lose it. But for OpenSea NFTs,
Oh, as Sonic frozen. So OpenSea isn't saved on chain.
if their server go down, you will never see those JPEGs again unless you store it like locally.
So it'd be like Hotmail. It's just gone one day.
So actually, only ledger that stores the actual files in the blocks, and anything else you buy is only a piece of hash, like only a numbers, and I mean everything is numbers, but you are only buying a hash that's like a category or a directory to a cloud server that they will pull the actual files from. So if there's cloud server goes down, then everything goes down.
Yeah.
So
actually, I don't know. If AWS servers
go ahead,
down.
Didi.
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw, but Micah was in an interview today with Charles Miller from CoinGeek, and she works with Smart Ledger, and they've got Ticket Mint, and that's tickets for events which are NFTs on chain. So how do you see that playing out, Sonic? Because I think that's a brilliant idea, because it's again, it's something that is on chain. You know, it's you can sort of save them and auction them because they are, you know, each ticket is
keepsakes,
a piece of artwork as well, and everything. So how do you see that?
The technology of an NFT itself is so broad that it can apply to anything that has value or anything that you want to trade and store. Tickets is definitely a big scenario. I'm actually building on a platform that will allow you to buy your houses as NFTs, like store every real estate registries and all the ownership registries on blockchain as an NFT. And I want to plug that into the official registry of real estate in China to allow easier system management and just less friction. And
that's an ambitious project.
Would you do that as having a digital twin as well? Like literally, do you know what,
it's basically your house, your house deed on blockchain. Like you hold a piece of paper, that piece of paper saying you own a house, and there's a record in the house registry that you own that house, and those are the only two things. I mean, that's the system we have in China, but I don't know, some other countries might have different systems on storing how ownership of houses are registered and stored. But what we do here is we have a database that stores all the information. We need to go to the registry to say we sell those houses to A from B, and then they give us a certificate that we own this house. And if we lose the certificate, we might need to go to them to ask for a new one. And so, I mean, changing that to blockchain is much easier than you just store the certificate in your wallet, and eventually paying mortgages will just be. So I want to elaborate a little bit more on that. You can issue your houses in NFT, or you can do it in like 100 tokens or 1,000 tokens that represent your house. And when you're doing a mortgage with the bank, you're giving them 80% or 70% of the tokens that you own to store in their wallet. And every month you pay mortgage, you're buying a piece back. Like if you buy 100% of the pieces back, then you own 100% of the houses. And you can sell like one token or part of the token to anyone or for any financial services. It's fractionalized ownership of tokens for anything in the future. I think it's your houses, your cars, everything that has value will be tokenized and will be stored on chain in one wallet, and that wallet will be everything you own. And I hope that's on BSV. I hope that's the future that we're building on. I might do it on BSV actually. But if the token protocols are more stable and wallet support is more usable, and I might build more systems that will onboard on BSV blockchain.
Which protocol are you using? Are you using Run or are you using
I'm not using anyone yet. This is still a project in the plan.
Okay.
But definitely, if you want to do it in China, it's not any public ledger that that you would know, because the government is not gonna allow a system to be built on a public ledger. They will be built on a private ledger that they can control and own and monitor. And I mean, that makes sense to me. It's even the central bank coins that the US is trying to build, and also China already built, will be on their own private ledger.
No, it's a good point, because otherwise people could come from other countries and sort of buy all the the most expensive apartments or whatever. And
right, they're not going to rely on miners that they don't know. It will be people that they already know. Like, there will be several commercial banks. There will be some big tech companies that run the major nodes for those blockchains, and there will be distributed ledger, in the sense that it will be running by multiple members and different stakeholders. But eventually, it will be a government-controlled ledger, not a pure, trustless, open public ledger.
So how is that digital currency doing at the moment? Because it's a digital yuan, isn't it?
It's doing really well, actually.
Okay.
It's the one thing I really appreciate for the Chinese government and what we do is they're really efficient. Whatever they set their minds on, they can do it overnight or in a month. If the government says we're going to do the digital currency, then we did it. And if they said everyone should use it, everyone will start to use it. And all they need to do is just, if you've ever been to China, you will know the two payment services, WeChat Pay and Alipay, basically dominate every aspect of our lives. Like, if you go to a food stand, you can pay with WeChat Pay and Alipay, just scanning QR code. If you don't have WeChat Pay and Alipay, you cannot survive in China. That's the status right now. So our digital currency already exists. It's just not on blockchain yet.
So what about Vault Wallet? You mentioned Vault Wallet earlier as well. So carry on. But going from kind of the digital currency into then Vault Wallet, because you're saying like it's not blockchain based then, the Chinese digital yuan.
You mean the Vault Wallet as in the BSV wallet that the Chinese team built, right? I use that, but not really too much. I tried to get on the T-Swap, the token swap website with that, and bought some tokens on there, and tried the liquidity pool and all that. It was fun. It was really fun. But yes,
Tianbing swap.
Yes, lots of. I heard that they're a pump and dump platform, but I mean, yeah, it's fun to try it out. It's cool that BSV can do that now. But as for the digital yuan, we will have a wallet that the central bank of China, or the China Bank, we will be officially launching on either iOS or Android. You can download a wallet. You can register with your phone number, and you can transact between one and another just with a tap, like an NFC, near field chips, those contacts, and then you can transact without internet. And it's basically like spending cash. They used a blockchain-ish technology that allow them to build this system, and it will be very revolution. I think it's the key feature of that is it will have less scams and just corners of shadow that you can exploit with cash. Like, if I heard about bribes of a government official with like a million RMBs under their bed, those things will never happen again with this new digital currency, because every wallet, even though it's anonymous, but to the government, looking from top to bottom, they will see all the transaction. They can trace to your phone numbers, and they will know who you are. Right? It's anonymous, but it's not really totally private. It's private. Yeah, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
private.
No,
You
no,
won't
no.
know who you are sending to with the wallet infos, but they can track you down, and that's the good thing about digital currencies in general. And that's, I think that's a big idea for BSV as well, is we have a transparent ledger that everyone can track and trace, and there's no scams and no piracies, and
which is why
I don't think BSV is really anti-government. It's really pro-government and pro the policies and laws and
rule of law. Yeah.
Well, anything that stops fraud, or at least exposes fraud, is a really good thing. I mean, this is why I sort of mentioned the ticket mint as well, because it's about actually, with concert tickets and event tickets, that they get bought by bots, and there are ticket touts out there that try and then sell you the ticket for an extortionate rate. So that hopefully is something that can be conquered with blockchain technology, or I hope that that's something that can be blockchain conquered. And the same with, like you say, with government spending. If government were on the blockchain, then they're going to need to be held accountable for anything that actually isn't, officially signed off for. So whatever anomaly is spent by government, then we can track and trace it straight away.
Well, certainly they can't lose trillions of dollars.
Exactly. That's so
which is the main problem.
Yeah.
And I have a tokenomics question related to your real estate app, Sonic.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, you said that there would be maybe for one house, for the deed or the title to the house on the blockchain, you'd have many thousands of tokens tied to that, and you could somehow sell one of those thousands of tokens. Why would you do that? I mean, how isn't it one token for one house or one apartment?
That's one way to do it. I mean, the easier way would be just one NFT to represent the deed, the certificate, and then you just sell that. I'm trying to think, that can also coexist with what I was proposing. Is when you have those deed, then you have a right to issue 1,000 tokens based on the deed, and through our platform. And then there's also a ownership token and a rental token. So the ownership rights and the rental rights, the living rights in the house, can be separated. You can have a twin token system that allow people to, if you own the ownership token, you can buy and sell the house. But if you own the rental token, you can live in the house, and that will be a government sanctioned right if you own those tokens. If I sell you a rental token that you own, then you can live in those houses during those rental period, and that's protected by that token, not by a contract that we sign. And I think that will be very interesting. I mean, make it easier. If we have smart locks, think about Airbnbs, right? If you go to an Airbnb, if they have a smart lock and you have a smart wallet, you just swap your wallet with that lock, and they will cost one token for that day, and then you will leave the next day, and that's it. You can buy one token for a certain date on a certain house, and you go in there and you swipe your wallet with that smart lock, and you go in there, and that's yours for the night. And when you leave, and the next people will come in with their token, and that's
and there's no double booking of rooms or anything. I mean, you could do that with hotels as well. So this is a really
exactly. Token means you have the rights.
Yeah.
In the UK, houses are so expensive that they're already doing something a little bit like this. They've got this called the Help to Buy scheme, where the government basically subsidises the cost of the house. But what that means is that you're only ever kind of part owning it, and perhaps you own 40%, and the scheme owns 60% of the house. And so when you come to sell it, you only get the profit on the 40% that you own. So like it would just be making it much more automated and digitalized, I suppose. But these systems already have to exist because house prices are so expensive that a lot of people, probably in your neck of the woods as well, Rory, you know, it's really hard to own a house for anyone who's like a millennial and younger these days.
Actually, we've got a question here, Sonic. Let me put it up. It's my question would be regarding, is legal aspects of jurisdiction, for instance, paying the property tax, etc.? This is from Darren.
Okay, I think he's referring to how you tax the property sales if you're using a token system. I think the tax code can be built into the token itself, like in the token smart contract itself. If you transfer or if you sell the rights of either rental or ownership of the token, then if it's sanctioned by the government can just put a tax code on that smart contract, basically deduct whatever they want to deduct based on the transaction you're making. So everything in smart contract can be programmable, and that's the best thing about it. Even tax laws can be built into it.
So you could actually write in inheritance rights into the actual contract itself.
Absolutely, it's very possible. I mean, look at Vault Wallet. You mentioned Vault Wallet. They have this kind of inheritance mechanism built into it. You can assign someone to inherit your cryptos if something happened to you.
That. Is that what?
That's one feature in Vault.
Oh,
you got to try it out.
Yeah, you'll have to give us we'll have to have a bit of an education session on that. You'll have to show us how to do that, because that's something
I haven't really tried it. Because my kids doesn't have the Vault Wallet yet. So if they when they do, I might assign them as just emergency inheritance if something happened to me. I think that's a big thing in crypto is you don't want your crypto to die with you. That would be terrible.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able
or
to.
your Bored Apes or whatever.
Right, and you don't want your children to Lambo either.
No.
Oh, I'm panicking right now. Just you saying that. I have too many apes in my wallet.
Yeah, how many Lambos
proper
with your
inheritance mechanism for that to happen? Okay, speaking of that, I do need to shout out to my BAMS token a little bit more if I have time. I promise my guild members I'll be talking about it. So with BAMS tokens, I mentioned it was for rental and subscription, so it is a pure utility token. That's the first thing I want to confirm and be upfront with. It's a utility token that you want to use. It's not really a very speculative token that you want to bet on mooning. Like someone in our guild yesterday said, please let BAMS go lower. I want to pay cheap utility bills because he's renting. Like, the funny thing is we have high schoolers in our guild that's spending their allowance money to buy BAMS to rent apes so that they can own one day.
Costly signaling.
I think this is the total revolutionary part of BSV NFTs is you have high schoolers and students and young kids that can join with their allowance money. Nobody can do that on Ethereum. Like you can't even afford the gas fees.
Exactly.
It's just crazy.
Exactly.
Right? The low barrier to entry will be the key success factor of BSV NFTs. That's what I believe is. And just think about TikTok. If you got high schoolers on it, everybody is going to use it. And that's the start of the trend. Without that, you're not going to succeed in any tech space. You need the younger generation to be able to play it. And BSV NFT is the one place they can actually play NFTs.
Do you think NFTs and like BAMs and that kind of guild kind of thing is going to take over from actual gaming? Because I mean, they put a certain hourly rate, haven't they, on how many hours you can spend playing games now because of the addiction kind of to playing games. So do you think, are the two side to side, or do you think maybe it might become more popular as gaming kind of gets less and less?
For sure. Gaming as a profession and gaming as a breadwinner will be a thing. Like this is already a thing. Gamify. There's a term called gamify and play to earn, right? We have crypto fights, right? You play a game to earn a token that has value that can sell on the market, and that can become a real profession in some spaces. I think there's another major guild that I know. It's called YGG. If you know, there's a Yield Game Guild, something like that in Malaysia. I think they started that guild playing the Pixies, the Pixie Infinite game, and they played it so well they start to make a business out of it. Everyone in Malaysia is playing that game, and they earn like $100 every week, and it's their livelihood. And that's gonna happen in the future. I hope that's gonna happen in BSV crypto as well. And we already see games like that being built, and I hope they will be built on a proper blockchain like BSV. Otherwise, they cannot scale. I know there's some big games coming out on Ethereum and other chains, but eventually they're going to realize that they just cannot support over 10,000 or a million users, and they will rethink their decisions on building on those chains, and they will come to their senses and come back to whatever chain that works.
Yeah.
And
yes, it's inevitable.
Hopefully that'll,
Right. Now, what kind of a process would that be for them to transition from the non-scalable to the genuinely scalable blockchain, BSV?
Painful.
Yeah, just painful mistakes, like costly mistakes. After they pay those mistakes, and they will be smarter the next time. Like there might be a wave of company that will fail because of it, and the next wave will be smarter. I think that's the natural process of evolution.
So there's not any kind of easy transfer code.
If BSV built something like that to allow them to be easily on board with their existing infrastructure or their existing code without any actual work, then that will be the best. Like they just click a button and they're on BSV now.
Perhaps N-Chain should do that.
Oh, I hope so. Right. Because just because they got their toes in the water and followed the hype, there's such a thing as forgiveness. They can see the light and come along and not let it be such trouble.
Yeah, knowing a part of the technology, I think it's a key to make the token protocol and the smart contract protocol on BSV more open and acceptable. And the smart contract on Bitcoin and on Ethereum is so different. It's two different kind of system, and for them to bridge together might be a challenge, but I don't think it's impossible. Well, hopefully we have some native games that want to build on BSV first, and they will show success, and they will have 10 million users first that can scale, and then people will come to their senses. I think that's probably the easier way. Just have one successful case to demonstrate.
Yeah.
And our game, our guild will be definitely playing all those games. I mean, we are a NFT trading guild. We have 50-ish members now that will ape into any NFT collections we want. And we do a vote. Actually, there's a vote happening right now of the new Fox Syndicate collection coming out on Rare Candy. And holding 0.1 BAMs equals 1 vote. So if you have 1 BAMs, you have 10 votes, and if you have 2 BAMs, you have 20 votes. and later I will count up all the votes of yes and no's. If there is 51% of yes, then the project passed, and we will onboard them onto BAMs, and I will allow them to be traded in, so they can trade their NFTs for BAMs at a fixed rate that I set. And that's what I want the game to be, is you play with your entertainment budget for the mint, right? You mint it, you pay like half BSV or less than 1 BSV to mint like 10 or 20, and you keep the ones you like, and you trade in the ones you don't like to BAMs, and you keep accumulating BAMs, and one day you can get the one that you want from the collection that the BAMs is holding, and you never spend more than the mint money. So basically definitely there will be good things that happen if there's like 10,000 BSV trade of one exotic ape or unis. I think those things will still happen. It's just in terms of BAMs.
And BAMS
because
is an
BAMs,
acronym?
it's Based Apes Subscription Services. Wait. Based Ape Monthly Subscription Token. It was a really interesting. It was a very utilitarian name. Like it's the utility is written in the name. Actually, it's subscription token. It's you use it to subscribe for a service.
So we should give a shout out to your guild members then, basically. Like your subscribers.
Definitely. We have some really good members that join and believe in the vision, and they see BAMs as the future of NFT currency, and that's what I'm trying to build for BAMs to be, is to be the currency to trade any NFTs. So I've backed it up with my NFTs, so people know that if they hold this BAMs token, it's always represent a certain number of NFTs that I hold.
A big pool.
It's like an IOU. If you hold BAMs token, it's like an IOU for my NFTs. You can always redeem any NFTs I have with BAMs token. That's a promise, and I set it in stone all the prices for redeems on each tiers. So holding it will have value, and will have also speculative values, just because the market of NFT might boom, right? And it's
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, if you were to get one of these base tapes or something early and hold it for 2 years and then own it, the market could have moved up a lot in that time, presumably. So you could be getting a bargain.
Yeah. Here's how it happens: is if any one of the collections that BAMs have goes up, BAMs will go up, and everything else will go up with it. It's a self-regulating system. Allow trade in and trade out. So if I can do it more efficiently, it will allow people to do like in and outs in arbitrage tradings from collections to make profit. That already happened with the Frog Cartel Mint. I've set a certain fixed trade-in price that you can trade any of your frogs. If you have a exotic frog, you can get 2 BAMs for it. Like no questions asked. If you send me an exotic frog, I will send you 2 BAMs, no questions asked. So in the next Fox Syndicate mint, if you mint anything good and you want to trade in for some value, come to me, send it to me, and I will send you BAMs. And then you can choose a uni or ape or anything you like from the stash we have. And if you're really lucky, then you are going to accumulate BAMs much faster. So I will pay for the lucky factor in minting. If you really got a good one, I will pay you a high price in BAMs for those. And then you can accumulate your BAMs much quicker than anyone else.
Can I say this? And this isn't meant to denigrate in any way. It strikes me this has got like this is a bit like Hex, but with fun and utility. Like Hex could only aspire to be this much fun, because I mean the idea of buying and holding in Hex is that it goes up in value because you hold it. Right. But this has actually got some point to it, right? This is You get
another
to
thing
use
I need to mention is
it's like trading
I
cards.
do airdrops. I do airdrops to token holders every week, every month. There's a calculation. If you hold 1 BAMS for a year, it will become 1.6777 BAMS.
Wow.
So think of it as I call it airdrops to avoid any regulative things. But essentially, it is a compound interest if you hold BAMS of 67.77%.
Oh, this is going to be huge, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean,
listening.
Think about it. What else can you hold that have that kind of returns?
Absolutely.
And think about the price actions on BAMS. If it goes up, then you get more. And so I just take time for people to realize how valuable and powerful
gamifying.
Yeah.
To me, it's gamifying Hex. It's like Hex, but with a point to it.
Yeah, but it's not really. I mean, people might think, "Oh, you're paying this because it's a pyramid scheme or something." Because it sounds impossible, right? I kind of just keep paying people money and tokens and values, but those come from the trading profit. Like if you see the trade in and the purchase prices, there's a big difference. You can trade in. The trade in price is based on the market price. I mean, if frogs come out first, nobody knows how much to sell for it, and they sell it really cheap, and the trade in price will be a little bit better than what they can sell on the market, but it's less than the purchase price. So I'm making profits every time you trade in something. And when people come to buy it, they will pay a much higher BAMS price. And those difference will be the thing I can pay to people for the interest and for the airdrops. And yeah, BAMS is a really profitable business.
I can tell.
They're having fun as well. Wow. Everybody's having fun. Now I've got my eye on the box with the pyramid in the background. So maybe I mean, are you like, do you get the name Sonic because of Sonic the Hedgehog and your like really fast Sonic fingers and stuff?
Or because you're sleeping?
I mean, Sonic is it's a name I choose because I'm not a English or a English language first language person. My parents doesn't speak English. It's a name I choose when I went to Australia to study. I had my education there, and for 7 years, I studied in the University of Sydney.
Wow.
I got my diploma and my master's for engineering and project management, and Sonic the Hedgehog is definitely the inspiration. I choose that one because I love the character, and also it's similar to my Chinese name. I didn't choose. There's another very similar name, but it's a female name called Sonya. So my Chinese name is actually Song Ya.
So
yeah, and I thought, what can I choose? I start with SO and sounds similar. And Sonic just popped up, and that's what I choose.
Super cool.
Now,
Sonic is your name and your actual Twitter handle, so people can follow you. Do you mind if I share that in the chat?
Of course. It's called Cyrus001, CIRUS 001.
Got it. Okay, I'm sharing the link.
I don't know if anyone can get that. There's a trend a couple years ago, last year or a year before, that Donald Trump started calling the Chinese virus. And that's a tribute to that.
Oh, Iris.
Chinese. I'm the Chinese virus. I'm the Chinese virus number one.
That you need.
And I'm the number one Chinese virus. I'm trying to infect your brain.
That's cool. That's cool. It's working. I have to say, because
going viral
up to this moment in time, I've not really wanted to get in on these mints, but now I feel like I do. So
Oh, it's so
Yes,
it's
and
so exciting. Seriously, I was like, I know, as I said, I know it sounds really geeky, but actually, when you're in this, you know, the Twitter Spaces and the countdown's going, and everybody's trying to get like literally a you know, just a frog or whatever. It's a lot of fun, and people, you can tell people's hearts are racing. It's like, oh, I didn't get it that time. I didn't get. I'm gonna have to try again. And the Frog Cartel. I mean, there was a lot of different price ranges as well, starting prices for the Frog Cartel. So I think that went really well.
That was a troll from the Rare Candy platform. They basically don't want to announce it until the last minute, and they just randomize. They just make a randomizer, and every time you refresh the page, it will show something different. It's like a troll move.
Amazing marketing. Absolutely amazing marketing, the way that they do it, and the same with the Gopniks as well. I mean, it is really, really good marketing. So I know for a fact we need to take some lessons from this.
We do
that as well, you know, Sonic. So, but we've been going for just over an hour. So, has anybody got any points that they want to say?
Definitely, yes. You know, I'm always ready to share something here. I just want to say that I can't say enough about that scammers meeting room on the Twitter Spaces.
Yeah,
and
get in
the
there,
full
guys.
game is strong, and it's hilarious, and I love it. And those people are brilliant. And that's where I heard Sonic for the first time, and I can't wait. I'm just going to tune in as much as possible. But I think that
every direction as well,
with Satoshi's kept us eyes on the donut and not upon the whole, and that has been very valuable. He focuses on what is legitimate, the economics and the rule of law, and I appreciate that. And then since hearing Sonic, he led me to be more playful with it. So I did go ahead, ask for some BAMs. I bought some schwa, and I also just today bought a scammer's coin. So I feel like I might be in their guild even, and I'm all fangirling over here.
I didn't know they have a token.
I think as long as you just have fun with the NFTs for trading card aspect, and you're not so worried about number go up, you're just having fun and playing, that's a great way to engage. But we did have a bit of a theme for today, and it was that everyone can have their own unique NFT style. So I want to just shout out that Micah has enterprise level NFT use cases. And Ray has her own platform that she's developed with her fellows and artists. It's called Molly Match, and you can own your own pet. Diddy has many Duro dogs, and she's gotten us all in on the game, and we love it. I'm feeding my Moxie peanut butter and getting lots of stylish hats
I play
on
it too.
Duro dogs. And Ruth is a commissioned artist. So there are folks that reach out to Ruth directly for her fine quality design work to mint NFTs. Now, if I may shill my first NFT, I'll just take one moment and share my screen. This is super rare. We had a snow day here in Atlanta, Georgia, just a week ago. And I took a picture of a snowman as I was walking around the neighborhood. And in chatting with Ray on Twitter about her snow day, I realized, hey, that snowman is super rare. So if anyone wants to purchase one of the 3 left available for sale, I'll show you here on the share screen. You can go to RelayX and get this super rare snowman.
Rory, you're too cute, Rory.
This is my first ever NFT, and you don't have to be Picasso or Michelangelo. You can just have a laugh and mint an NFT on BSV, and it's fun, and who knows what could happen.
Oh, you know what you missed, Rory, when you were talking about Diddy? Diddy's got her art on Fabric X, which has just launched 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's backed
X
by
marks the spot. That's your
that's
oil painting.
I've got 2 collections at the moment. One is X mark the spot, and one is like a mountain aura range. But they are backed by physical canvases, so gallery framed and worldwide delivery. And then I did mint my first single up on Jamify.xyz,
awesome.
which is really cool, and sold like six of my singles. So that's called Pick Me Up. So that's on Jamify, which I really recommend. If you any musicians out there, you should actually go and have a look at Jamify XYZ or XYZ, because you can stream music, but you can mint it on Relay X and then go to Jamify, and it's pulled into Jamify so people can stream that track. It's great. It's really good.
I love music NFTs. I bought a lot of those.
Yeah.
Can I ask one final question, Sonic? Just quickly. I was looking at your, I think it's your bio on Twitter, maybe, and you say AI worshipper, robot lover. Were you joking, or are you really into AI?
No, it's true. That's true. AI worshipper, because I believe in the generalized AI eventuality, and also the singularity event of AIs eventually will become smarter than all humans. And I think the way to think of it is AI is a collective intelligence that we build with every knowledge and every intellect we can have as a human species to build on something that's bigger than us. And in that sense, I do believe they might be worth worshiping, because they will know everything you don't know. They will, I mean, they will learn everything faster than you, and they will just eventually be superior in any way that a human can achieve as an individual. And also, AI already affected our lives. If you haven't realized yet, AI is affecting our lives every day. Every time you open up Twitter or TikTok or any of those social platforms that have media streaming, whatever you see is controlled by AI.
Absolutely.
So what kind of day you want to have?
Yeah.
What kind of day you want to have is totally up to AI. And if you want to have a good day, you better pray to AI that, okay, let my stream be good today. Let my daily streams of Twitter and WeChat and WhatsApp and whatever be awesome and happy today. Maybe AI will fulfill your wishes. And that's what I believe.
Do you not worry that they might just sort of, stomp on us like as if we're ants?
That's in terms of what they will see us at, right? I mean, if you watch the movie Matrix, there's a thing that humans are viruses. That's why I'm calling myself the Cyrus number one. I believe I'm a virus, right? I mean, I'm one of the viruses that infecting Earth in the way we live on Earth and the impact we make and the things we destroy and waste, and we spread like viruses, and they are just eating up all the resources.
Viruses aren't all bad, I say. Some of them can save you from cancer later in life. So
yes, every life form is good. I would. That's what I believe is every life form is good. There's no good or bad unless you're part of it. Good or bad is only determined by humans. In the perspective of all life forms, there's no good or bad. There's like no insect. There's no pestilence. There's just life. It's only inconvenient to us. We call them bad, and we are inconvenient to all of them. Maybe we're bad.
Maybe we'll be inconvenient to the AI one day.
Maybe. I've got a question as well. Sorry. I have got a question because I saw this the other day, and it was light-based computation will revolutionize the world of science and our lives as we know it. And this is scientists found that photonic computing, it's called Jiang, Jiu Shang, said HAN. Yeah. It took approximately 200 seconds to provide the answer for a calculation that it would have taken the world's fastest supercomputer approximately 2.5 billion years to carry out the same calculation. So, like, that blew my mind.
Uh-oh. That's not good for cryptography.
Photonic computing, yeah. So yeah. So have you? I mean, is that something you've heard?
I haven't heard much about it. I know quantum computing is on the big horizon. Photonic computing.
Photonic computing.
Computing with light.
Yeah.
Well, light is really fast.
Light-based computation. And
if you can compute in light speed, I assume that would be the fastest.
Yeah.
Light is the fastest.
Yeah. So it's JIUZHANG is the name of the computer.
Diddy always brings us these things about 3 months before we hear it anywhere else.
Exactly. So. I know. We say, what? Another sun? And then 3 months later, there it is on the MSN News, what Diddy was talking about last quarter.
Call me the Oracle. Now I just get called the crazy woman. You know, get called the
crazy for you, lady.
So, seeing as we've been going for so long, are we going to bring it to a close? Are we?
Yeah. Anybody got anything else to say?
I do have one quick question, Sonic. Do you use hard wallets like this to hold tokens on or money?
I should have actually, but right now all the NFTs are my biggest crypto asset now, and those can be only held in certain wallet. Like Rare Candy NFTs are restricted to Twitch wallet because of their token protocols, and it's not supported by other wallet. And ReliX wallet can only support Run protocol NFTs, and there's very few other wallet that support that. So the token protocol is not really bridging and unified yet. I do hope one day we have a unified protocol that can support multiple wallet, and maybe there need to be a conference about token protocols, just for token protocols, and we come to a consensus that we choose the best one and we just use that one and everyone agree on it. Right now, I mean, it's free competition, right? Everyone trying to build something they think is more efficient and cool. I think competition is good, at least at this stage. But I hope someday people will come to a consensus on one protocol that we can use and across wallet, and then I can transfer to my hardware wallet and my more secure wallet to store everything.
And may we hear from Micah too? I know we're over, but we've got such a great group.
What would you like to hear?
Tell us about your article that you're in today. And your interview with Charles Miller.
I didn't understand the first part. Sorry.
Your interview with Charles Miller that I watched half of.
Yeah. Okay. I had last week an interview with Charles Miller for CoinGeek Conversations. We was chatting about blockchain technology, about BSV, about Smart Ledger, about Ticketmint, and how are the developments in Europe compared to America. Also about the music that I did as a former musician until COVID hit. And but I'm happy in the blockchain space. It's wonderful to meet you, Sonic, to hear about your story. I mean, everyone
likewise
has unique history and a story to tell, and it's always wonderful to be part of the Women of BSV live streams, and to get to know such wonderful people.
Now, there was talk as well about the BSV band, because there are quite a lot of musicians in the space. So get Jackson, from Giro Dogs, and a couple of other people together, and just have some jamming sessions going on maybe, and have the BSV band, because Charles plays piano, doesn't he?
No, I thought he was playing the guitar. You think he's playing the piano? He's actually playing the drums.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Charles Miller?
Multi-talented.
I think his son is playing the piano. And some other family members, some other instruments, but also Scott Stonetta is playing the piano, jazz piano, and Gregory Ward the guitar, and he's singing. So so many.
Let's do it.
It's an orchestra. It's not a band. That's an orchestra.
Perhaps we could do it like over Zoom, you know.
Yeah, I play a little bit piano as a kid, but not really good at performing it. I might do some vocal for it.
Yeah, do you rap?
There we go.
I can't rap. I can sing. I can quite. Oh, jeez, your Chinese is too good. what Chinese relations you have?
Yes, well, I did go there. I lived there for 8 years in Beijing.
Wow.
So I just can say some words like the taxi drivers taught me, you know, and so I have that kind of Beijing Hua. But I do love the city and have many happy memories there. But back then in Beijing, we used to host music art plays, and I would give art supplies to everyone that came. And then they would be painting while our band would jam together. And people were from all over the world. So I think there are so many amazing musicians like Micah, Diddy, also Jackson on the piano, and then Corpy does some spoken word. We could have a jam session. And like the scammers meeting brought up, there's that cool dude on TikTok who's been talking about hosting it. It's Bitcoin Apostle. And so I think, well, maybe let's just do it too. Let's get started.
Okay.
What am I going to do? Bang a tambourine?
That's hard to do, right?
Yeah, I was going to say might be beyond me. Anyway, Sonic, it's so lovely to meet you, and I was amazed at how many, pies you've got your fingers in. I had no idea. So absolutely fascinating to learn your story. Go on, Rory. You can finish this up.
Join the guild.
Yeah, I think I will.
We shall. So I'll be sending you a DM asking to rent a cool based ape avatar.
All right.
As the next step.
Yeah.
And thank you to Ray with mollymatch.com, Micah from all around the world, bringing BSV to people and enterprises everywhere, Ruth and Diddy and Sonic and myself and Casey and Ryan on the quest in the car. We love you all. So come back soon now. Bye.
Bye.